I am James Newman, and I am a soul of pure light, and in the expression of that light, a messenger, here to assist all who would ascend to meet the new earth. What you've just seen on the video is a revelation called the Seeds of Wisdom cards. It's been quite a journey to the receiving of these cards. 9 years ago, I left South Florida and a catering business and decided to come home to the state where I was born, which is Kentucky, and to allow myself the time to fully discover who I am as a soul. Because only this soul self can be the guidance system of the form here in this realm that will ascend to meet the new earth. And in that journey, many, many, many things have been revealed about the realities of who we are, about the realities of this universe that we live in and beyond, and how we get there, how we realign ourselves with that reality of who we are. And remember, reality isn't up for interpretation. Reality isn't of this reality, of that reality. Reality is. All else is just illusion. Interpretations are just illusions. A reality that exists here is that our journeys are divinely guided, and that every single event of our individual journeys and the greater world around us, as well as the universe, is all divinely guided. One of the cards speaks to this. It is the white feather, and its message says, "You are loved more than you will ever know. Your journey is being guided by divinity." It is a message to let us know that the mind's perspective of what is occurring here is a distortion, and that when we come into the awareness of who we are as souls, we come into that awareness of that divinity as a guidance system, the soul itself. So 9 years ago, I came here and began to walk up the creeks, in the hollers, around the way. And every time I was called to sit a moment and pause, new things were revealed to me. And in this revelation, in these revelations, were the 8 Sadnak, the 8 paradigms, foundational paradigms of the new earth that are already fully formed, the coming of the blue star, its presence being amplified by benevolence, what is more commonly known as Three-Eye Atlas. We refer to it as benevolence. And then the revelation of these cards. The first one that came to me was the open door. And its message says, the door has opened. The light, the will, and the way. And in this opening door, the awareness that every celestial event that occurs is an open door. The seeds, every seed is a doorway for the expression of wisdom. The acorn is but the doorway for the expression of the immense wisdom that is the oak tree. We are seeds, we are doorways for the receiving and the expression of wisdom. The intention for us coming here to this realm is for the gathering of wisdom, not to be caught up in things like trauma or grief or anger or resentment. Those are the illusions of the mind. The cards are here to assist us in finding our way back to seeing the event through the eyes of the soul. So during the 9 years that I have been here, where I live now, the unfolding of the Sadnak, the blue star, and the seeds of wisdom cards has been quite the journey. And in that journey, many, many, many revelations. But one of the most important ones was the fact that each phase that occurred was a guided phase and accompanied by a celestial event. Today, when I'm recording this message, there is a lunar eclipse, a full lunar eclipse. The very first painting that I did of the Sadnak was on a full solar eclipse. So each of the phases of the evolution of the arrival at the cards has been through the eclipses. And the eclipses are some of the greatest open doors for each of us to ask for clarity, to ask to see beyond what it is we might think that we know, ask to see more of the picture that is there to be seen, and in that, find a way forward. So the cards are divided into 4 different suits. The earth, the stars, the central sun, and the Iknon people, and the new earth itself. And accompanied in each suit is a direct vibrational message from Source. The trees spoke first as the representatives of the earth. And if you've ever been drawn in a moment where suddenly the world around you stopped, or if it didn't stop, it suddenly became distance and you were just very focused there. I would go on my walks with my dog, and we would go into the forest, and all of a sudden this pull, look over here, give your focus and attention over here. And I would come to a grove of trees, which you can see in the background, and suddenly a light figure would appear. And literally, I could walk all the way around the area where the light figure was, and it was 3-dimensional. And it showed itself to me and shared its message. The same thing happened in the stars. I was guided to be out at night and await messages. And at a certain point in the movement of the stars, a figure like the Luna moth and its message of transformation, profound change, the deepest of transformation, the heart leads the way. And then came the Iknon people of the central sun. I have a painting here about their existence. They would speak purely in vibration. And through my experience of working with vibrational transition, transformation, and expression, I was able to then receive it vibrationally and express it on each card. And then the new earth. As you can see, the message here, it says, Sudu Ikiya. And the intention with this is to come back to that expression of the soul. The exchange of the soul is vibrational. There is no language. So Sudu Ikiya, if a card from the new earth is drawn and placed as part of the spread, it is a moment for the person, the receiver, whether the work you're doing is for yourself or whether it's with another person, to pause. And when this vibrational expression is uttered, what comes to you? What awareness comes to you? What is revealed to you? And then the messages from Source itself. This message has something to the resonance of Ukmorak Satarianam Guruk Arananya Nanam Keak Suturu Anam Fir At Asuturuya. So for the person that utilizes the cards, if they are not already aware of the expression of the soul and how the soul expresses itself, it is a moment to pause and just hold the card and see what comes. And follow the very first thing that comes through and to you, because that will be the truest. That will be the most aligned. Don't let the mind get in the way and try and interpret or wonder. Trust. Trust what comes to you. So the cards themselves are ready. When purchasing the Seeds of Wisdom cards, they will come in a bag to hold them in. It was chosen to utilize the color blue in alignment with the blue star itself, which is the guidance system through which these cards were received. And on the front of the bag, I will ask the universe to show me a vibrational signature, all your own, that will be placed here, so that these cards, the deck that you receive, will be in alignment with you. Aside from that, you will also receive a mat to place on the table for the laying out of the cards and the formation of those layouts. Each card is read as a piece of a puzzle. But once the final piece is put in place, a bigger message is revealed. So while it is important to know and focus on each piece as it is laid out, it's also important to see the bigger picture. That's where the clarity comes through. And with the purchasing of the cards will also be a part of a group that will initiate, and a page on Facebook called The Seeds of Wisdom, where in your own day-to-day use of the cards, you may have a spread that you've put out and something that you learned that you want to share with others, and others doing the same. So we're going to create a community of this evolutionary step forward into our ascension. It is so important now that we return to the awareness of ourselves as souls, finding clarity, shedding light onto the journey itself for ourselves and any way that we may be able to assist others. If you would like to have a receiving from me, you can contact me. If you would like to purchase the cards, also contact me at alignmentlife11@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook at James K. Newman. And there is so much for us to reveal together. Many times we walk the journey as an individual, but the moment has now come for us to unify, to share our wisdom, and bring that into the ascension of all who will choose to rise to meet the new earth. And I leave you with this message. Sudut morkadiak sadanduk urumnianda, nadang eranda suturum kirast, manangirak suturum arbatasat irinya, manangiak suturum mast iranana. We are all souls of pure light. Many blessings to you.